October is Pregnancy, Infant, and Child Loss Awareness Month. And for one woman, inspiration was born from the loss of her son in April. Looking for support turned into a hunt for help, leading to her founding the ATX Loss Mama group, giving other mothers who have felt the same grief a community to lean on. And the founder of ATX Loss Mama, Elaine Nguyen, joins us now in studio. Elaine, thank you so much for being here to talk about this topic.
Thank you so much for having me here this morning.
Absolutely, and I know this cannot be easy, so please just only speak about what you're comfortable speaking about. But could you tell us a little bit about what you experienced with the loss of your son and just the trouble finding help afterwards?
Yeah, absolutely. So I sadly know this journey far too intimately with my own son, Lando, who was born a stillbirth, a full-term stillbirth, about 6 months ago. This has been one of the most heartbreaking and devastating loss my husband and I had ever experienced. And truly during this time, no one can understand the depth of this pain unless you're walking the exact same path. And when I turned to my community, I had a hard time finding the groups that were centered around bereaved moms and bereaved families to uplift them during this tragic time.
Yeah, that support, I can only imagine, is so important. And that's where the idea came from, to create this community.
Yes.
What is your hope for this organization?
So my hope for ATX Loss Mama is to gather any bereaved families, bereaved moms, to let them know there's community here, there's communal support, there's care, there's resources, and that they're not alone. Because despite what we believe, this is actually way more prevalent than we ever expect. 1 in 4 pregnancies end in miscarriage, 1 in 175 end in a stillbirth, yet our communities are not equipped to catch these families during these tragic losses. And so I'm hoping my community can be a landing spot for some of these families.
Yeah, as you mentioned there, and as we were talking about, it's so prevalent, but it's not talked about enough. And that is why, as you said, this support is so pivotal.
Right, exactly.
How can others get involved? Or if maybe they're finding themselves in this situation, how can they turn to you for help?
If you're a lost family, I am so sorry that this is your journey, and that, you know, my heart is with you and it hurts for you, but we have a community here that is waiting for you. And we have an event end of this month, October 28th, partnered with Bumpsuit and author Libby Weintraub to really honor this sacred motherhood. And every month we have events like walks, support circles, grief yoga, everything just centered around bereaved families and parents. And you can find more information on my Instagram page at Embracing Wholeness. And if you're just someone who feels called to this mission or this message resonates with you, please consider donating to the ATX Loss Mama group. All of these events right now are considered free or at a very low cost, and I intend to keep it that way because I want this group to be as accessible as possible.
Wonderful. Elaine, thank you so much for sharing this, your experience, telling us about your group. As you said, there's so many others out there that are suffering in silence, and we really appreciate you being here, and my condolences to you and your family.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.